and welcome to my channel. Today I've got a new nail art tutorial for you. This time it's inspired by the November autumn weather, dreary skies and water, and mostly I've seen a lot of people do the 3D water drop effect and I just wanted to try it too, so I pretty much just made up this theme just in order to do that 3D effect as well. So yeah, let's get started. As always, I'm just starting off with a buffed acrylic nail. You could possibly do this on your natural nails, but normal nail polish will not easily give the drop effect because it will take ages to dry, and also you can't use any gel polish on your natural nails. If it gets too hard and if it snaps, then it might tear your original nail with it, and that sort of thing is just not pleasant. So I suppose this look is easier to do on false nails. Anyhow, I buffed them of course as always, just to make sure that the paint doesn't slide around as much and gives more opacity. And I'm just starting off with both blue and black on my nail, or on the brush rather, wipe it over my nail, and then I'm going to mix in white and blue and black and white and more blue and more black, and basically I'm just repeating that whole thing until I'm happy with how the color blend looks. Just making circular motions with my brush as well, because what I'm going for is a, well, like I said, a dreary autumn sky. Cloudy and like it's going to rain or like it's already raining. Probably already raining because there is going to be water droplets and all. So yeah, just play with it until you're happy. Then I'm also going to add the ground. I'm going for sort of a muddy ground type of thing. So I'm adding brown, a little bit of black, and then I'm just going horizontally with the brush, like wiping it horizontally over the nail. Just to make it look more like ground, to really get the texture in there, just as I did with the sky. Once it's dry, it's time to paint the foreground. And well, basically you can paint anything you want. You can paint a city, a forest, a couple of houses, one house. I went for one house and a tree, not very original, I know. But really, I just wanted the backdrop for the droplets of rain. So yeah, one house is just all the way at the corner, and then I'm also going to paint a tree more to the center of the nail, obviously with autumn colored leaves. And as always, I'm always sort of a fan of outlining everything just so it pops a little bit more. I did that on this nail as well, especially with the 3D effect we're going to add at the end. Anything in the back is just sort of going to not stand out anymore if you don't outline it. So I do recommend doing an outline on everything you paint. Well, everything in the foreground, that is. Like, you don't have to outline the sky and the ground, obviously. By the way, let me know what you think of the editing of this video. I tried to make it a little bit longer than usual. I have this tendency to try to make a nail art video quite quick and then end up cutting a lot of the footage. But it's sort of a tight balance because I don't want it to be so long that it's boring, but I also don't want it to be so short that it's basically starts painting and then there's a cut and then there's suddenly a whole painting and everyone watching the tutorial will be like, okay, what just happened? Because that's kind of not the point of a tutorial. So yeah, just try to make it like a little bit more longer and like easy paced and all this time around. So yeah, I hope it's nice to watch. Then the tree is obviously also going to get an outline. I'm not just outlining the outside of the tree, I'm also going to put some lines, you'll see in a moment, within the actual leaves, just to sort of, you know, make it clear that it's an autumn tree, so it's not completely full and lush. It's also like showing some bare tree parts, tree limbs, yeah, that's what they're called. And also just gives a little bit more of an interesting effect, rather than to have the top part of the tree just be one big thing. Just add a little bit of detail in it, a little bit of depth. And as always, take your time with your outline, because that's just a part that's easy to mess up and very difficult to fix. Then once the entire tree and all the other things, whatever you're painting, is done, do make sure to let it dry completely, because now it's time for the top coat and you don't want it to smear or go weird and bubbly underneath the gel top coat, because that would be quite a waste at this point. What I'm adding now is a matte gel top coat. This will go matte once it's cured. So we're just going to cure that, and then we're going to add the shiny water droplets. The contrast between the matte and the shininess is really going to make it stand out. So yeah, I'm just putting on a lot of drops. You could add less, you could add more, just depends on what you like. But yeah, I'm just sort of making them differ in size and try to make them look random, because they're supposed to look like water droplets on a window or something. So they're not all nicely in a row. Then cure that, and then I'm going to add another layer just to make some of them a little bit thicker even. Not all of them, I want the difference between the different water droplets, rain droplets, whatever you want to call them. And the good thing with gel top coat is that it really is quite thick by nature, so it's really going to just be nice and 3D. And then we're done. So yeah, as always, I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you did enjoy it, please click the like button, it would really help me out. And if you want to see more of my videos, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channel. I actually do a nail art video only once per 2 weeks. I mostly focus on makeup tutorials on my face. Yeah, everything I used today on my nail is below the video in a list. Of course, you don't need to use the exact same stuff that I did, but in case you want to know, it's down there. For now, at any rate, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!